Hello, and welcome to this bite-sized PD video by Design for Learning. My name is Susan Stewart. I'm an instructional technology coach from Central California. I've been in education for 22 years, first as a kindergarten and second grade teacher, and now I'm a technology coach. In this video, we are going to talk about assessing primary learners using a free resource called Quizzes. This amazing tool is a fun and gamified way to measure student learning. The students practice skills, they get immediate feedback, and I get data. I can track student success and reteach skills as the data shows a need. Our plan is to do a quick walkthrough of Quizzes. We'll explore how this tool can be used by primary educators to reinforce lessons and give students fun and engaging practice on skills while collecting important assessment data. Ready to check out Quizzes? Let's go. Here we are at quizzes.com. If you have an account, you can log in or you can sign up for free. I'm going to go ahead and log into my account. And I notice I can sign in with Google. I really love that single sign-in access. From there, I'm logged in. Once I'm signed in, I can search for ready-to-use resources right here in Quizzes. Today, I want to look for some resources on sight words. So I'll type in sight words. And I notice a number of resources ready to use come up. Let's check some of these out. I can scroll through and get a preview of each of these resources. When I find one I think I might like, I click on it. I peek through and I look to see if the content is appropriate for my learners. I notice the skill here is that students will look at a photo and identify the corresponding sight word. I like this. I can use this assessment just as it is, or I can copy and edit it to make sure it meets the needs of my learners. Let's take a preview of this Quizzes to make sure it's the right tool for my kids. Here in the preview mode, I see some settings. In my settings, I realize I can adjust some settings like timers, read aloud, additional features, but for now, I'm going to check this out. And what I see is a photo. Ms. Schenkel has blank cats. 1, 2, 3. I see 3 cats. So I'll choose the one that says 3. And the next question says, that bird is green, red, yellow, blue. Yellow. That bird is yellow. So I can see that I am leveling up in my preview here. What color are these flowers? They are purple. So I'm identifying color words and I can see what this would look like for kids. I think my students would appreciate this. So once I've decided that this quiz is right for my kiddos, I can assign it to them. I can run it live. That means we'll do it in class together, synchronously, or I can assign it as homework. And this says homework, but really it means any kind of asynchronous learning. I can also assign it in a place like Google Classroom or Seesaw or anywhere else I give my students links so they can work on it in their own time. I can give it a deadline. I can assign it through some of those tools we mentioned. I can adjust some settings here. For example, I can give students an unlimited number of attempts. I can have it show the correct answers after they've responded. I can also do some additional settings having to do with timers, leaderboards, questions, lots of ways I can customize this experience for my learners. Now, when I assign it asynchronously, remember, students will turn through the questions on their own. I want to see if there are any additional sight words activities that I might want to use. As I scroll through, I check some others out. I say, oh, what's this one? I'll load it up. And again, I see a photo and students find the corresponding answer. I can decide if it's right for me. If I want to copy and edit it, perhaps I want to change some of the photos, or maybe I want to add or remove questions, I can choose copy and edit. And it creates a duplicate of this item. I can delete questions. I can change the order of the questions, or I can just update the photos if necessary. This is now my copy of that quiz that I can assign to my learners. Let's look at one more example. I look here and I notice that there are 20 questions. I see this one has a photo and my students will read through the sentences using these high frequency words. I see a dog, I see a log. So the students will be able to choose the correct answer. Let's try it. Remember, I can go through and adjust some of these settings, but I'm just going to start it. So in a live activity, I would have my students quickly guessing, I see a frog, I see a dog, I see a cat, I see a log, I see a hat. Students are awarded points when they choose the correct answer. And they even get some fun extras as we go. The hat is red, the hen is red, the mat is red, the pen is red. I love how with quizzes, there are so many amazing resources ready for me to use. Of course, once I have given these assessments, I can check out my reports to check on my student data. I can scroll through and see how my students performed on that assessment. If I identify any skills that need reteaching, I can go right back and teach those to my learners. I notice that quizzes gives me flashcards to practice. And I can flip through the different activities as a way to reinforce those concepts. Let's search for quizzes on another topic, like US coins. Again, I see there are a lot of resources ready for me to use. I can scroll through and take a preview. Is this identifying the name of the coins or just values? Is it asking my students to identify combinations of coins? I can select the item, start that fun, exciting live quiz, or assign this to my students to work on asynchronously in centers or at home. I notice that I can share it with friends if I hit the share button. I can send it to other users or just copy this link and send it to whoever needs this, like my co-teachers or my peers in my grade level team. I can also save this to my own library. When I hit save, I can add it to a library I have or create a new one. Let's watch how this will work in class. I'm going to start a live quiz over here and my student account will get to play along. I'll start the live quiz. I'm going to use the classic mode. I have some settings I can adjust, such as the power-ups, timers, leaderboards. I can customize this experience for whatever makes sense for my learners. I'll press continue. And now I have a quiz code. My students can either put in the quiz code by going to joinmyquiz.com and punching in those digits, or I can provide a link for my learners. Maybe that's in my Google Classroom or Seesaw, wherever I give links to kids. My students will add their name and join my game. Once I feel like all of my students have joined, I press start. Remember, the left is the student experience and the right is what the teacher sees. Let's fast forward to the end. So here you can see my students have a place where they can get some flashcards to study if they'd like, and they get an ongoing leaderboard. They can see they had 12 correct, 0 incorrect, just a little bit of information here for the students. But let's see what happens on the teacher side when I end the game. It says, are you sure you want to end? And I get to have the big celebration of who the winners are. I can scroll through my questions and see how my learners did on each question. I can look question by question and just double check and see if there's anything I need to reteach. I can evaluate. Is there something about this particular question that I need to teach again? Of course, we can play it again. I can assign it asynchronously or go find some more questions for my learners. I love the data this offers. And of course, with all the fun and engaging music, kids really enjoy practicing these skills too. I hope you enjoyed this quick tour of quizzes, a fun and engaging way to assess our learners.